Hi, all of you online students on the YouTube. Am I audible to all of you online?
Hello, Shabbir. Good evening.
Hey,
Good evening,
Dave, good
everybody.
evening, good evening. Just checking on the students if they can hear us. We are live on the YouTube, Dave.
Yeah, I am just opening my YouTube interface so I can see the questions coming in also.
Yeah, we have Suraj Raj here. Hi, Suraj. Happy to connect with you. Are you able to listen to us? Are we audible? Are we streaming fine?
I am just opening my.
Good evening. Oh, Legs Day. I think we know you. You were on the other uh, session also. Hi, good evening. Good evening. Right. Yes, audible. Suraj Raj. Okay, good, nice, excellent.
Yeah, we can get started. I think we have quite a few people
Yeah,
online.
yes. So, yeah, let's get started then. Uh, we're supposed to commence at 5:30. It's 5:35 now. And good evening. We have Learn with Manish, UPSC. So Manish has UPSC tagged on to his name. Good evening. Good evening. Learn with you with Manish. Manish, you probably are running some classes of your own too. Am I right? And this is Kaushik Batula. Hi. Good evening, Kaushik.
Hello, Kaushik. I just responded to Kaushik on Telegram on another thread. So good to see you here.
Okay.
Lex,
Okay.
good.
From IIT Delhi. Wow. Excellent. Okay. The most coveted place a science uh, student can be. Brilliant. Sadia Khan. Good evening. Good evening, Sadia. Good evening.
We have
Okay.
Kirti joining on Zoom also. Hi, Kirti.
Okay. There.
Great.
Kirti Ridesh. Okay. ठीक है, Dave. So this is initiating our new batch, and
Yep.
uh, we're trying to initiate the process and immersion session for all our new students and even those on the YouTube. So deliberately, we are live on the YouTube for two reasons. One is we think that initiation of the essays should be for all of you, those who can start off at this stage of preparation. It doesn't matter whether you are enrolled with us or not. You can always learn something. That's one reason. The second reason is, we would like to uh, understand some of your essay writing problems also. So we thought we'll go online, discuss with you whatever challenges you face, whatever quick queries you might have, and see if you can consider joining our course if that helps you. So that's the idea, Dave. Hi, Kirti. Good evening. Good evening. So we start off the September 2025 batch from today's session. I had a few things in mind, Dave, what we can do to initiate, but some words from you, please.
Yeah. I think for some of you who have been through our course and still live on YouTube, I think you might find a little bit of some of the same things. So excuse us because we are also orienting new students. But I think the writing problem that exists today, right, in terms of UPSC essays, where you get a single topic, one line, and then students feel like, how do I blow up this one line into 1200 words? And that seems like a daunting task. So I think let's go through some of the um, sort of recipes we have. I think we should discuss a little bit. That will be a good refresher for people who have also taken the essay course, to continue to remember and do it, because a lot of times you know some things but you don't do it over and over again. So I think we'll talk a little bit about the myths, some of the recipes that work, some of the recipes that do not work, pestle being one of them. So we'll talk a little bit about those, Shabir. And I was thinking we should spend some time also discussing these with the help of PYQs, right? So they are not in any vacuum. I think we can take examples of what questions have been asked, and see how our techniques map to those questions. Aman is saying, I'm struggling, I'm waiting, lacking words, sentences, making some grammatical mistakes. How can I improve? Don't worry, Aman. I think let's take this piece by piece. And when you have a big problem, I always say how to eat an elephant. It's like one piece at a time. So let's do this. I think the most important thing, Shabbir, I would like you to talk a little bit about is, I mean, somewhere during the course of this session, is the outline that we put together, right? So one is kind of creating the ingredients, knowing what the ingredients will go into the essay, and then we'll hopefully spend some time in understanding how to line up those ingredients in an outline. So I think a lot of students struggle with that. Yeah.
Yeah, Dave, we have discussed this earlier also, and I'll repeat it. The fundamental problem of essays writing, how students identify the problems they identify is like what Aman says, sir, my language is not good. Some of them will say, sir, I don't have enough content. Some of them get into, sir, I have not written an essay ever earlier. What do I do? Sir, I do not know how to begin an essay, how to conclude an essay. The doubts about, sir, should I start an essay with a story or not? Everybody who talks about essays problem, they talk about the problem around the presentation issues. They talk about the problem around writing, language issues. And somewhere I have always thought, and we have discussed on this day, people do not appreciate the purpose of essay writing. They don't appreciate what is UPSC trying to assess. Yes, Aman, when Aman says that he can't write and he has grammatical errors, somewhere I think Aman is assuming that if his language is good, or somebody whose language is good with no grammatical errors, he or she will score more marks. Aman, I do not think that is the way to score more. Of course, language matters, grammar matters. You should write sentences, but a bigger challenge in essays writing is that most of us do not know how to think about a topic. Essays writing, Dave, quoting your words, essays writing problem is less about writing, it is more about thinking. The essays challenge is more about you being able to think through, dissect a topic, you being able to deep dive into a topic. Because if your thinking is on the wrong lines, or thinking not deep enough, no matter how good your writing language is, how good your presentation skills are, okay, you still won't get marks. So I'll start the discussion today with that essays problem is less about writing, it's more about a thinking challenge. Dave, what do you think on that?
Yeah, and I think it is important to also understand that you you have GS, right? You have mains answer writing that is testing some part of your skills. You have interviews that test part of your skills. And you have GS, the subject matter, that also tests part of your skills. So GS is tested in a MCQ way in prelims and in a subjective way in mains. So what is UPSC testing in those things versus what they really want out of essays? And I think the key is to really go back and read the syllabus, the requirements from UPSC in their site, and they clearly use this word critical thinking in some shape or form. So you're absolutely right. It is about thinking, not necessarily writing. Writing comes after thinking. So I think a lot of students jump in into writing, and that's what we also do in our Telegram channel and other avenues where we talk about essays. Is that we said, hold on. Once you get an essay topic, don't jump into your okay. Here are 5 quotes I need to write, or what is going to be the intro. We step back, we think about the outline, and we piece together the whole thing in our brain, and then we translate that into paper. So, absolutely right, Shabbir. I think critical thinking is at the core of essay writing. Yeah.
In fact, Dave, this was a very conscious choice in how essays has been, evolving in the UPSC paper almost now 10 years, 2013-14 onwards. Particularly if you see the trend of questions last 4 or 5 years, earlier students used to have a choice. There was a mix of topical essays. I say topical essays, I mean essays around current affair issues, women issues, media issues, democracy challenges, problems related to development. They would ask environment related topics. So where an essay could be written with GS content. But if
Yeah.
you see the type of topics that they are now framing, philosophical topics, abstract topics, many times the interpretation of the topic itself is such a big challenge, where I'm surprised students think they can write with GS. In fact, most
Yeah.
of the topics are such, even if I do not know GS much, but I have a way of, thinking about what is being discussed. I have a way of deconstructing the wisdom of the topic. I can write about it. So, all of you, dear students, aspirants, what we want you to learn in essays writing is first learn how to think on a topic. First, learn how you can dissect a topic into dimensions, dissect a topic into interpretations which are relevant to the topic asked. So just see essays in a different light now. That's how we begin. So yeah.
So,
So
Shabir, let's. How do you want to do this? Shall we just take a topic from last year and discuss, or do
we can
you?
do that then. We can
Yeah,
do that. But I was thinking uh, what you were discussing in our previous discussion or meeting, where you were pointing out how students are misinterpreting the word balance.
yeah,
This is a misconception that we have. Okay, so maybe we could talk about that and then probably show some topics if we can. Yeah,
yeah.
Aman, please feel free to ask. Aman is asking if he can ask a question or not. Please, Aman, tell us. Hi, Kaushik. Happy to see you too with us. And all those who have done this session, you learn if we revise. through again. So Aman, please tell us what your question is. We'll answer your question. Kirti, anything, please tell us. You can write your comments. You are definitely our preference. You having joined the course, even others who are in the course. Is essay based on storytelling? Okay. Sir, essay is based on storytelling. Dave, would you take this up first?
Sure, absolutely. I think it absolutely is about storytelling, but storytelling for a specific audience. Okay, so that's where most of us sort of misread the storytelling aspect, is that we think we need to write a very ornamental, nice fiction type story. But no, see, when you see journalistic writing on newspapers, that is also a kind of storytelling. See, there are different types of storytelling that there is. And the UPSC essay is a type of storytelling, certain type of storytelling. And what does that storytelling need? Is going back, first you need to understand the purpose of why or what UPSC is looking for in essay writing, and you integrate that in your storytelling format. That's number one. The second thing is, even a story, a good story, needs a good outline. So you must start with outline, and then your story will become tighter. There will not be any loose ends. You know exactly where you do your intro, exactly where you go on a high, a climax, what are your key points, what you conclude, what is your way forward. So storytelling, yes, absolutely, but storytelling of a particular kind. Okay. And the first thing, that is why Shabbir wanted to start with balance, because the treatment of the topic, or understanding what the topic is a fundamental problem that most students face. And we realized that the essay did not turn out nice because we did not understand the topic. Sometimes you understand the topic, but you don't do a good job of actually laying down your arguments and what your outline. So there is also that problem, but it actually starts with knowing the topic, knowing the balance of the topic. So we will talk about storytelling in detail. In fact, we have something in the course that we call essay canvas. Basically, if you think about um, a director of a movie, right? They do editing, chopping the scenes and putting the scenes in the right places. So you shoot the movie and then you decide what is the storyboard going to look like. So every essay has a storyboard, and we teach you how to create that storyboard in this course. So great question.
So, Aman, just
Shabbir?
to add to what Dave was telling,
Yeah.
when you say story, it means two things. One is story in terms of fictional characters. There is Ram, he was walking on the street, he met somebody, he learned somebody, he fought with somebody, and then it was evening. That's one type of story. That's one aspect of a story. The second aspect of a story is how you organize ideas. It's about how you arrange ideas. Uh, the story should be logical, should be concise, should be coherent. So, if you mean story of that kind, yes. Essays as structured write-up, essays as organized write-up, structured through a logical set of ideas, yes, essays writing is a story. But if you say story in terms of characters, plots, in terms of intrigue, adventure, uh, well, that's one type of writing, not typically an essay of 1,000 words. You're not writing a short story here. But you can always use some story analogies. You can always use some stories as tools to start an essay, to end an essay, to highlight a point. Okay, so in that sense, a story is a bit different.
Yeah.
Like, for example, if I give an analogy, a documentary is also a story. A movie is also a story. And documentary doesn't always have a plot. It can also be a kind of narration, and that becomes a story. Okay, so I hope I could explain it to you with an example. Says, I'm totally beginner in UPSC preparation. How can I start practicing essays writing? And from when should I start doing it? Smita, you are at the right time, right place. Today is how you can start essays writing. And today we'll tell you how to begin, what the issues are. And I'll recommend Smita and all of you online. Please join our open Telegram channel. Our essays channel is called as Essays with Edukemy. Open up Telegram channel, and if somebody can post it on your chat, I'll see. So
It's
it
in the
is
description, Shabbir. It's in the
okay. It's
description.
in the
So,
description of the YouTube.
yeah.
Correct. Okay, so Smita, you must join our Telegram channel. You don't have to always wait for a good, nice moment examination. Essay writing as a part of a skill of critical thinking, I think it is in everybody's interest to learn essays writing. So you have started today. There you are. Somebody also posted the Telegram link. Smita, join that and your essay writing starts. Okay, so starting from where Dave left, I took off Dave on the example of story. Suraj, we'll take you through that also. So see, one big challenge in essays writing is uh, interpreting the topic in terms of the balance. Most students think a balance of an essay means writing positives and negatives. Most people think balance of an essay is writing the pros and the cons, writing the essay from two opposing perspectives and giving both the perspective equal weightage. This is what such that people given a topic, they always say, sir, first half of the essay we will write how it benefits us. The second half we will write how it's harmful to us, and conclude the essay as a balance. Okay, it's neither good nor bad, and let's even it off. Okay, so I will take up that part first because that appreciation, whether the essay demands this type of a balance or not, is the first step in your thinking. Dave, you have some topics with you we can take up, or
Yeah, absolutely. I was waiting. So, truth knows no color. Shabbir, this came this year. So, it is fresh in my mind. Truth knows no color. And, when we discussed this in our workshops earlier, we talked a little bit about, okay, what does that mean? That means there is a version of truth that is absolute. And then we said, oh, there is a version of truth that is also not absolute, that is relative. And that's where we started the conversation. I thought that was a very good topic to display this, because what students typically do is, first of all, understanding color, right? Or understanding the topic. What does color mean here? What does truth mean here? Then second is, am I going to write half of the essay saying truth has no color, knows no color, and the other half arguing that yes, truth has some color, however, and here is the reason. And then I think that is the balance that I have positives, I have negatives, and I have a way forward. So in our workshops in the Telegram channel also, we struggled, a lot of students struggled with this. They put the balance at different points, 50-50, 60-40, 70-30. And eventually we landed somewhere. So I think let's do this. We'll talk about It will be interesting. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, so as you spoke, Deb, I just thought I will write down in my own messy handwriting. So I took the liberty of jotting the points down. The topic we have taken up to illustrate how the balance of an essay is achieved. The topic is 2025, Truth Knows No Color. And we are asking, what is balance in this essay? Is an essay balanced always if you write positives and negatives and equal weightage? Okay, so yeah, Sadia Khan, you wrote many examples, dimensions without going to depth, misunderstood the essay. You scored 97 in 24 mains. Sadia, I'm happy you realized your problem. Okay, so yes, that's exactly what I mean. Dave, you see, Sadia has hit the point. Sadia is somebody who has written the mains examination. She says she wrote many examples, many dimensions, and she kept the dimensions very shallow. She misunderstood the topic, and I'm sure what Sadia is writing, she has a good command of the language. Her sentences are right, there's no grammatical error, I don't see any spelling errors. Okay, and she scored 97. 97 definitely must have been a big letdown from Sadia, because anybody scoring above 130, 135 has a fair chance. Less than 105, 100, definitely you have missed out on an opportunity. So good thing, Sadia. You pointed this out कि essays में example और dimensions pump करने से ही marks नहीं मिलेंगे. ठीक है? So let's start this topic here. So Dave, how do people mess up this topic? Let's see. Truth knows no color. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think first of all, let's understand what it actually means. I think one of the things that you and I both religiously do in our courses is every time you get a topic, we leave everything else and we said, okay, let's sit down with the topic for 5 minutes. What is your immediate perceptions? What is the immediate thing that you get when you look at a topic? What comes to your mind? And I think it's important to document it because that is the start, that is the genesis of your thought process. That is the point where things start exploding and becoming, one becomes two and two becomes four. So I think it's important to do this thinking. So let's start there. Because that's the first mistake students do. They don't write down what is immediately coming to their mind, and they're thinking of, oh, truth knows no color, so maybe I'll write about civil rights movement. No, that is an example. And like Sadia, very accurately represented, the examples is an illustration of an idea, right? Of an argument. And what is that argument? What is the key idea that you are exploring? This genesis is quick thinking. What comes to your mind when truth knows no color? So I'll invite some of you who are on YouTube also and Zoom. Please tell what comes to your mind. Truth knows no color. There are 4 words in this topic. I think no is okay. You understand what no means, and knows is also sort of, but truth and color. Let us dive deeper into it.
So Dave, if I'm to help the students a bit, what we do is, dear students, when you are given a topic, to start your thinking process, to excite some bit of thinking on the topic. One is you start with what are the keywords, and quick thinking on what do those keywords mean, what do those keywords stand for, what are they trying to communicate. So in this essay topic, the 2 keywords are, number 1 is this word called truth. So a quick thinking on what does the word truth mean? And the other key word is the word color. What does the word color mean? Okay, so Kaushika says, whatever the situation, truth shall prevail. Okay, no color. Kaushika says basically means it doesn't matter what situation you are. Or maybe I'll write the phrase as no color. So Kashika Soni says, no color means okay, irrespective of
Situation. Yeah.
irrespective of situation. Correct. So anybody else, please pitch in. Kirti and Kushagra, you should also pitch in. Uh, this is your essay. Learning starts now. Okay. So we've taken up a topic and let's see what it means. Lex Day says truth is absolute. It has no perspective. So no color means there is no perspective. Okay, fine. It means it doesn't change. Okay, there is no change. No change with time. Okay, it is something that is eternal. Okay, and truth inevitably comes out on the surface. Okay, so basically, truth is what gets revealed. So truth is what is revealed. Revealed ultimately. Whatever ultimately comes out is truth, and that truth cannot change with time. That truth has no perspective, and that truth is irrespective of the situation. Good, great, very nice, excellent. Okay, others please pitch in. Keep writing. Keep writing. Let's see.
Yeah, I think
It
Aman is
means
saying
it is
universal.
universal.
Yeah.
No color means it is universal. Excellent, excellent. Okay, and Aman, what does truth mean? Truth has no color, but if I want to dwell, like say, Suraj says, truth is something. Sorry, Lex Day says, truth is something that eventually comes out on the surface. So whatever prevails, ultimately. Okay. Anybody else? Kirti, I would like you to tell. No misinformation. So no color means there is no misinformation. Well, you have a point definitely. Okay. Or rather, if I rephrase it, you probably meant something cannot be that cannot be misinterpreted. There can be no versions. Okay. Truth is something that has no versions. Sadia says authenticity. Okay. So for Sadia, truth is authenticity. Dave, I'm actually surprised students hit it almost on the nail, right?
Yeah.
Universal wisdom.
Yeah. I'm waiting for more things on color. I think universality, everyone said, very good. Situation, and let's get into situation a little bit more. Sadia used a key word, impartiality. What does impartiality mean? Universal values like human rights, yes. So impartial human values or human rights, you're talking about color, right? Color, the what is the elephant in the room? What is staring at you very clearly? Color, white, brown, black, right? So think about that. Legs Day is saying truth is a whole unit, small deviation from truth is absolute lie. So versions or deviations of truth. So interpretations, I think, Shabbir, you wrote that. It's a slightly different way of putting it. Yash is saying truth cannot be shadowed under anything. So truth will come out, right? Truth will come out. So
Yeah.
I was, I'll tell you, Shabir, as students are saying, I'll also tell you what came to my mind. I think this nature of truth also came to my mind that, okay, truth is universal, truth is absolute, truth will eventually come. Then I thought, is this talking about the nature of truth in general, or is it talking about a specific nature of truth, that truth doesn't do this? That so when you say truth knows no color, we use a word called anthropomorphizing, right? I think what is that? It's a mouthful, but basically it means that you are making a human out of an inanimate object. So essentially, we're doing that, right? So truth, when you say truth knows, the knowing is a matter of the human brain, conscience, or consciousness. So I thought truth knows no color. That means truth as somebody who has consciousness does not understand color or something like that. So in my mind, it is explaining a specific aspect of truth. That's what I would say to that. So Aman absolutely does not belong to any color, caste, or community. So that's great. Color, caste, or community. Kaushik says no color means crude and explicit. So truth is crude and explicit. Truth does not sugarcoat anything, right? So truth is very clearly communicating what is the reality. I think that's great. Fantastic points.
Truth is about no doubts.
Yeah.
No color means something that is clearly expressed. Okay. So guys, just a pause here. See, the first step I said, when I'm doing this, I've called this as our first step. What I mean by first step is we are trying to enter a topic. So when you start an essay, don't think about what my paragraph will be, how to organize my essay, how to introduce a topic, how to conclude a topic, shall I write a story or not? Okay, वो सब बाद में आएगा. The first step is a quick set of jottings. So what we did between you and me and Dave, we had quick jottings about whatever comes to your mind. We identify the key idea. We identify some dimensions. We didn't really go deep into anything. We were just writing down very quickly, very fast, okay, whatever hit us about the topic. So one smart way is you take up a topic, identify the keywords, and quickly jot down what you think those keywords mean. You quickly jot down whatever the keyword implies or whatever you make out of the keywords. Okay, तो अभी हमने ऐसे लिखा नहीं है. But see, what this does is it sets your mind thinking. Otherwise क्या होगा ना, हम सोचेंगे अच्छा essay is about there should be no racism, और आपने लिख दिया 2 पेज और no racism. Oh, the essay is about there must be no false information, तो आपने पूरा 2 पेज लिख दिया false information. When you start the essay, don't tie yourself down to any one idea. Okay, आपको जबरदस्त deliberately, forcefully you must tell your mind, oh, I need to think, I need to develop. So how you develop का ये एक tool है. The tool number 1 is identify the keywords and do some quick jottings, do some quick writings. Okay, so with this, I just have initiated myself into the topic. Now, a very important debate that we would like to have with all of you is, tell us what is the nature of the topic. Okay. So all the points that we have discussed in the previous page, ये ऐसे नहीं है. It just got us thinking. Now what I'm trying to understand is कि बताओ topic का nature क्या है, and this will tell us about what the balance can be. So Dave, if you can maybe suggest something about what you want to do here.
Yeah, I think first let's talk about what nature means, right? I think the when you look at a topic, you must try to understand, am I going to describe this thing, or am I going to argue two different positions and give my verdict on which is right? Or am I going to assume that one side of the argument is right, and am I going to persuade my audience that that is the way to think about this, right? So I think one of the students wrote a note, it disappeared for some reason. Maybe you deleted it. You actually had a very good point. Is that truth can also depend on circumstances and cultures and situations sometimes. Very that is, just to say that, oh, truth has no color, it's always absolute. That is highly simplifying this essay topic, right? So the reason this essay topic exists is because there is a dichotomy, there is a problem, right? There is something going on. This topic needs deeper attention. Okay. So I think the one thing that you must not do is shy away from that conflict. Every essay topic has an inherent conflict. Okay. And the conflict comes alive in the nature. When you discuss the nature, कि इस टॉपिक को मैं, is it just like, let's say, geomorphology? Okay, so if I say nothing but just one word, geomorphology, what will you do? Say, write a short note on geomorphology, GS ka topic, right? So you go describing what geomorphology is, its key aspects, and you detail it out. That is one way to write, but you can say, it is just asking me to describe something. So is the essay topic something very similar also? Is it asking you to just describe a thing, or is there some conflict? So Shabbir, that's where I typically start, that the nature of the topic demands that you must understand what is the core conflict in this topic. So anybody, what is the core conflict in this topic? Audience, students, who are logged in, can you point what is the, if truth is universal, we all said truth is universal, absolute, and truth will reveal itself, truth has no color. We said all that, but then there is no conflict. So where is the conflict arising from? I think let's first understand that, and then we can figure out what the nature of the topic is. Shabir, that's how I would start. Yeah.
So just goading the others a bit more, pushing a bit more.
Yeah.
I want to ask all of you this question. Okay, the topic is truth knows no color. Fine. Okay. Can you all tell me, what do you think about truth? Because I remember growing up and my parents telling me always that no, somebody's truth can be somebody's false. Somebody who is right in one situation may not be right always. That you must always evaluate situations, circumstances. There, Surah says, lie can be truth if it has good consequence and common good. Okay, so I'm asking all of you, forget about the topic. Okay, truth knows no color. Okay, that's one idea. Okay. But if I was to ask you, what is your idea about truth? How would you describe truth? What is your interpretation of the idea called truth? Do you also think truth has no color? Do you also think truth is absolute? There's only one truth. There's only one God. There's only one reality. Or is reality about perception? Is reality about experience? Okay. So forget about the topic. I'm asking all of you. Anek one. Okay. अनेक अनेकांत अच्छा अनेकांतवाद. Okay, yes, अनेकांतवाद, Nidhi. The conflict of perception from which truth is seen. Truth can be situational. Oh, wow, well, excellent. So your response is that a lie can be truth. Lie
Yeah,
can be truth. Dave, we have the ingredients now. Okay, so
absolutely. And I think this is a very, very big part of the
Anekantvad.
understanding
Okay, excellent. Somebody says,
understanding of the topic.
truth is situational. Okay, excellent, excellent. Truth is sometimes bitter. Okay, so truth can also have, bitter is a metaphor, maybe something undesirable. Truth can be undesirable, if that is what you mean. Okay, so excellent, very nice. So now suddenly we all were thinking about truth is irrespective of situation, you had said. Truth has no perspective, you had said. Truth cannot change with time, you had said. And now suddenly you guys are flipping. Okay, from no change, now somebody says, no, truth can be situational. Truth is absolute. Okay, now you're saying no, even lie can be truth. Okay, Yudhishthir's lie about Ashwasthama was absolute truth, so needed to establish dharma. Oh, okay, fine. So very nice. One dimension of truth that you are giving me is that truth is about dharma. Okay, fine, fine, fine. Let me just jot down the points. Truth can be contextual. Okay, very nice. Nidhi says, brilliant. Uh, Truth can be uh, contextual. Okay.
I think,
Truth
yeah,
has some
Shabbir,
color, Sadia says.
yeah,
Yeah, tell me
excellent
this.
point, Sadia. And you basically said absolute truth can ignore cultural ethical relativism. That's a loaded, that's a big statement. And I think that's going to change the course of this discussion. So, yes, absolutely. So, that's exactly what I was trying to say when I said it is not so simple. There is a conflict. So, now we are talking about the conflict. So, and now we are really talking, right? Now we are really talking. We are discussing why this topic is so important. And understanding the importance of the topic is the first step in going deeper. So, Joe, most people, most of you come and tell me on Telegram, sir, it's not getting deep. It is because you haven't understood the importance of this topic. So, now knowing that truth has two sides, one side is okay, universality and absoluteness of truth that you said in the first page, and the second page you talked about how truth is also relative, how truth can also sometimes be a lie, or lie can be truth, truth can be contextual. So now coming back to the balance. So, what would you do here? Would you write 50% of your essay saying truth has no color and 50% saying truth has some color? I think that's a question that is coming before us, right? So, we could not appreciate this question when we started thinking. But when we think about the conflict, then the question of balance comes, because balance is required when there are two sides, right? A seesaw. What is the meaning of balance? Balance is required when there are two sides. And what creates two sides? A conflict creates two sides. So there, Shabbir has written the two sides that you yourself said. What would you do, 50-50 or something else? Shabbir, very interesting. I love this discussion. I think, um, you know, live brainstorming with students is super. It's almost like a drug for me. And I know you enjoy that also, right?
So guys, repeating what Dave asked you, Dave sir told you. So suddenly the topic says, look what here, all of you. The topic says, truth knows no color. And you all, while thinking initially, you are thinking on this right-hand side. Truth is irrespective of situation. Truth is eternal. Truth cannot change. Now you're giving me an opposite side. No, truth can be situational. Truth can be contextual. Truth is truth. In fact, one of us said truth has color. Okay, truth is relative. अब बताओ इस essay को लिखोगे कैसे? Okay, so when you write this essay, if you must write about both or not, is it going to be 50-50 in your essay? Or will you entirely ignore this part and you'll write only this part? Or will you actually ignore this part because this is absolute? Okay, and Vivekananda says something, okay, Anekant Vas says something, तो ये शायद गलत है. हम ये वाला पार्ट लिखेंगे, आप बताओ क्या करोगे आप? Okay, so I say if I truth is situational, if I call this as the side A, and the truth has no color, if I call this as B, okay, what will your essay be? Aman says 50-50. Perfect. Aman says 50-50. Anybody else? Let's see.
Legs Day
Kashika says
75-25.
Who says 75? I missed one.
Legs Day 75-25. And
75 which
Suraj is
one? A is 75.
70-30.
75-25. Okay. सूरज से 70-30. सूरज 70 कौन सा वाला है? A70 है या B70 है? अब मुझे A B में बताओ. Realism is balanced approach. So Kashika, I think, also says 50-50. Kashika also says 50-50. I'm loving this conversation. Excellent. Oh, Lex Day. Lex Day 75-25. But बताओ Lex Day कौन सा वाला 75 है, कौन सा वाला 25 है? I'm assuming आप ये कहना चाह रहे हो या रिवर्स में भी. Suraj, A is 70.
Okay.
Okay. Suraj says A is 70% and B is 30%. Okay. We want a couple of more responses quickly. Kirti, Kushagra, please. Okay. You are part of a very important process, so participate. 50-50. Kirti says 50-50. 50. Let us have some more points.
Yeah, Nidhi had a point. She said, but sir, then do we actually know what is truth? Is truth objective or all truths perceived? Well, that is the question, isn't it, Nidhi? We have to write. That is exactly what we need to write. And Kaushik, don't worry about persuasive, argumentative, or descriptive right now. I think let's discuss the balance. The nature will come out of this balance. Sadia says 40-60. Okay.
No, Lex Day, Kushagra is on our dashboard. You also have taken admission. You should have your
Kushagra is
dashboard.
Lex Day. All right, no problem. I think.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, ठीक है. Yeah, I missed that.
Your identity is exposed now. Lex Day, you should change your name.
Okay, excellent. So guys, this exactly was what we started with. When you start your essay writing, so I'm going back to our notes here. Okay, our discussion was, when you write an essay, what is the balance in an essay? Remember, we started off somewhere? ये पहला question है. Is balance always about 50-50? Is balance always is positive, negative? Okay, is a balance pros and cons? ये मेरा सवाल था. And we took up this topic to demonstrate what we mean by balance. Acha, now see, Kashika, you are playing very safe. Kashika says, sir, we will first support the statement, then deviate towards negative, then I'll give a balance tending to reality, then explain the reason of the dual nature of truth. Okay, okay, but you have still not told me which side you are on. Kashika, पहले मुझे वो तो बताओ कि forget about what I think about the topic. Tell me first, what is this topic demanding? Does this topic say, it doesn't matter what I think. ये बहुत important है. You cannot write what you think. You must write the way the UPSC is trying to challenge you. पहले समझ तो लो कि UPSC क्या कराना चाह रहा है आपसे. Okay, so you tell me first कि what is balance in this essay? Some comments, some. So 50-50, of course, is a very safe game you want to play. Okay. Na
Shabbir,
mena, na tera types.
Kirti is also saying 50-50.
And the Kirti also says 50-50. Okay. Kirti says 50-50. Sadia says 40-60. I missed one more 50-50. Nidhi says 50-50. If I put it to vote, Dave, 50-50 wins. Right?
Yeah.
If that's how democracy works. Right?
Okay. Yeah. So basically, the vote is that you all think, or most of you think, democratically, we arrived that 50-50 balance is 50-50. Okay. Now, democracy is not always right. Elections don't always give the right verdict. That's a different essay topic. We'll not go there. But I think we should discuss this. What is a 50-50 version of a topic? So, Shabbir, this exercise also I like doing is that I think the reverse, that, okay, if it is a 50-50 or a 100-0, what would that essay topic look like? Because same topic can be worded in different ways for us to have a different ratio there, right? So this is I think Suraj has changed his stance. Fantastic. 30-70. Okay, Suraj, good. It is okay. It is okay to change your mind. It's not like. So are you flipped? Okay, that's totally okay. And I think this is the thinking process that it's not like once written and that's done and dusted line. It's a line in the sand. You can make it again.
I will ask a question, Dave, to all of them.
Yeah.
Guys, you are saying 50-50 because you think the topic has two parts and both must be dealt equally? Or you think that if you don't write 50-50, you probably will look like biased writer? Kya reason hai batao? You think it should be 50? I repeat, why some of you are saying 50-50? Why do you think this must be 50-50? Is it because the topic is such that 50-50 makes sense? Or is it because you think that 50-50 is maturity in terms of how we interpret a topic? Oh, Aman says 0-100. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, Aman, I'll take your point. But पहले ये बताओ कि आपने 50-50 क्यों कहा? Okay, because see, if I read the topic, आप बताओ, when you read the topic, it says truth knows no color. Is topic, forget about what my knowledge is, forget about what I have read. If I read just this topic, okay, Does this topic look like there is a negative side to this topic? Aman Kashyap says he's playing safe. Oh, okay. Okay. I got you there. Nidhi says 50-50 because arguments on both sides seem stronger. But Nidhi, that's okay. But you tell me, when you read this topic, when you read the topic here, when it says truth knows no color, does this topic look like it is giving you that liberty of looking at other side? What is the basis of a 50-50? ये बताओ पहले आप. Because see, this is what decides how you will write the essay. I'm sorry, Dev, you're saying something, please.
Yeah, I was just trying a different experiment that if you write, so just next to the truth knows no color, if you can write, is truth relative or absolute? If that is the statement, let's say the truth knows no color is a 2025 essay topic. Is truth relative or absolute? That came in 2026. Is there a difference in balance in these two topics? Would you write them differently based on how the topic is worded?
Excellent, Dev. Dev is giving you a hypothetical situation. If the topic was rephrased as is truth relative or absolute, agar ye topic hota and not this one, would your essay be different or would the essay be same? Thanks, Dev. I think you made it more objective.
Yeah. I think so the demand of the essay topic is coded in the topic itself, right? That's a key thing to understand for all of you, is to read what is written. And the examiner actually is not asking about your personal perspective on truth. Okay, this is something, Shabbir, you also say so many times, that the examiner does not care what you personally feel about the relative truth or absolute truth. The examiner wants that given a particular topic, how can you create an argument that befits the demand of the topic? So next day, if you write it differently, what would be the balance of that second topic? Is truth relative or absolute?
The next day had said that Lex Day was saying 75-25. 75 he feels truth is not absolute, and 25 he thinks absolute. Okay, so Lex Day, now हमने topic change कर दिया. तो यहाँ पर, okay, you have got two poles now. Truth is relative, truth is absolute. अब बताओ यहाँ पर क्या होता आपका? Truth says 40-60. Suraj previously had said Suraj 30-70. ज़्यादा फर्क नहीं हुआ. Earlier he was saying 30-70. Now he says 40-60. Can you all differentiate between these two topics? A topic which is truth is truth relative or absolute? Okay. And other topic says truth knows no color. Let's say decide करो. आपने पहले कहा था 75-25. Okay. अब आप कह रहे हो 50-50. I don't know what you are thinking. ठीक है. Okay. So let's say is essentially kushagra. Sadia says that this topic Sadia will write as 50-50. Okay. ठीक है. And Sadia previously had said what? I forget. Sadia had said 40-60.
So very interesting. Nidhi is saying in this new topic, the balance should be 80-20. So 80 towards relative and 20 towards absolute.
Nidhi had said 50-50. I'm surprised, Dev. ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है.
Yeah. Okay,
Now Nidhi
now I think,
says, truth knows no color is 80. Okay, okay. So, no color of 50-50 say, Nidhi says, no color is now 20-80. She has changed now. She's converted now.
okay,
20-80.
okay.
So guys, okay, jokes apart and fun. We're having fun, right? हम ऐसे बाद में लिखेंगे. If you cannot differentiate the difference between these two topics, then you have an issue. Okay, you have to relook now. ये दो अलग topic हैं. I think the freedom to write 50-50 is in the second topic. Because आपको पूछा, we asked you a question. What do you think, relative or absolute? If you look at this topic, you tell me, this topic is leaning towards which? Is it leaning more towards relative or is it leaning more towards absolute? Yeah, anybody? So when the topic is like a question, is pucha, the topic has a question mark, then your choice, 40-60 karna, your choice, 50-50 karna, your choice, okay, 80-20, your choice, fine. That's fine. I agree with it. But my question is, if you now look at this topic, truth knows no color, and compare with the topic hypothetically. So is it more towards relative or is it more towards absolute? So Kushagra says absolute. Kaushik says absolute. Okay. Others. No color. Absolute is 80. So now see. So you all see, suddenly the stance you have taken, okay, the topic is actually more on this side. आप क्या बोल रहे थे पहले, आप दोबारा सोचो आप. You saying 50-50, Kushagra says 75-25, you are giving the absolute part less importance. Suraj said 70-30. Okay, only Kirti had and Sadia, okay, they had weighted the absolute part a bit more. No, not even Kirti, just Sadia. Sadia had put more weightage on the absolute part. बाकी सब ने एब्सोल्यूट को कम वेटेज दिया था ना. अब बताओ.
Yeah, I think
Suraj says
one
confused.
thing,
Very
one
nice.
thing to
That's
mention.
the whole idea.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Dev.
And Shabbir, I was saying that I always imagine this balance question as a seesaw, right? A seesaw is something that we have seen ever since we were kids. Now, in a seesaw, if there is a heavy person on one side and a light person on the other side, where does the seesaw balance? The seesaw does not balance right in the middle. It actually turns towards the heavy person. And so the balance is not always 50-50. Even if you write 80-20, sometimes that is the desired balance because one side is heavier than the other. So I'm just fast forwarding to the aha moment, Shabbir, that truth knows no color. It's clearly an assertive statement pointing in one direction. It is not an open-ended question like, is truth relative or absolute? So, therefore, what balance we should take?
So what we are teaching you guys is balance of an essay is not always writing both the perspectives equally. 50-50 is not always a good balance. It all depends on how is the topic phrased. It always depends on what is the demand of the topic. Okay. So in some topics, the demand could be more on one side, even if you disagree with it. Okay. So write an essay on US is the most generous country in the world. आपको ये टॉपिक दिया गया. अगर मैं क्वेश्चन पूछता, do you think US is generous? You have a choice. But if the topic assertion is, no, US is generous, now write about it. So you actually, even if you don't disagree with it, you have to index more on what the topic demands. So balance is writing about what the topic demands. The balance is not about your assumption, what the topic should be. Okay, आपने assume किया कि topic पूछ रहा है. Tell us your opinion. Is truth absolute or is truth relative? Your assumption. This topic has no assumption. It's a very, very strong phrase. It's an assertion. Truth knows no color. So, as a topic, 50-50 is not always a good balance. Okay. So, one side, truth is, say, relative. The other side, truth is absolute. If you take 50-50, most of you did 50-50 because you wanted to play safe. Because you thought that is neutral is being safe. This will become wrong. ऐसे फिर आपका गलत direction में चला जाएगा. Dave, did I jump the gun? You wanted to say something?
No, absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's now time for the reveal, right? So, yeah, 50-50 would have been absolutely on the wrong track here because it is an assertion. It is clearly an assertion. An assertion towards absolute. The absolute side is heavy in this. So, irrespective of your personal opinions, that's why I said the examiner is not asking you what you think about the topic, is actually asking you, given this topic, present a proposition that this is true. The essay, and this is where essays and debates are very different, right? So when you debate a topic, you have two sides, and one side takes opposition, the other side takes proposition, and they fight the two angles. The essay is already giving you a statement, and you have to write on that statement. So don't fight the examiner, irrespective of what you think. If the examiner is saying that, I'll give you a controversial topic. Israel is absolutely right in defending its territory. You defend that point of view, even if you side with Palestine. Or if you say Israel and Palestine are both wrong in this whole conflict, you have to defend that position whether or not you feel they're both right. So this is don't fight the examiner. You understand which way the examiner is tilting in the way the topic is worded, and you follow that. So identification of the tilt, Kaushik, yes, absolutely. Essay should be tilted towards supporting the statement, so the arguments. Absolutely right. And I think that's the way we should go. But what happens is you should not do 100-0 in this case, because then your essay is not nuanced, right? Then you'll miss the depth, you'll miss the thought process. So I think settle for something less than 100. And I think therein lies, so is it 70-30? Is it 80-20? Therein lies the depth or the nuance of what you will write and how you bring the point home. So, yeah.
Dave, I want to go back to democracy wala.
Okay.
So, democracy में अगर हम जाते, Aman, Kashika, Nidhi, and Kirti, you all were 50-50. So democracy में you would have won. So now you know that this actually was a wrong positioning of the topic's understanding. This topic demanded that you have to take a tilt, but like Dave said, 0-100 करने से क्या होता है, एक्सट्रीम हो जाता है. Okay, this is what the topic says. So index yourself more on this side, ठीक है, but 0 ना करो. So your choice. Now the debate will start. Shall I keep it 30-70? Shall I keep 20-80? Or do I go for 10-90? Now this you can always debate on, but definitely it is not 50-50. Definitely it is not. Okay. So these guys, I think you got it wrong. Kushagra, 75-25 was wrong. Okay. Suraj, initially 70-30 was wrong. So I think who came closest to what we thought was Sadia. And no wonder Sadia has understanding. That's why she wrote the mains exam also. Okay, so I hope you all take back something from this.
I think
Guys,
Suraj flipped also, and he flipped to give the right.
yeah, Suraj flipped,
Yeah,
correct.
good work. See, I think it's we're not trying to say who's wrong, who's right, but I think importantly, I really like you for trying to be open-minded and changing your perspectives. Because the worst thing is having a perspective and that this is the right approach. Because remember that you have to go with the examiner no matter what you think personally. Okay. So, essay writing to me is setting your ego aside that this is my personal opinion about this topic and writing about what is the demand, right? Understanding the demand. So hopefully that gives you a sense of balance, and that is where the story starts, right? The storytelling starts with this. What we have discussed is we are still not ready to write, by the way. Okay, so I wanted to ask that question, Shabbir, that now that we have done all these discussion, are we ready to write? But we are not. We have to do a little bit more. We have to line up the arguments before we can start. So what we have explored is basically the beginning of the movie. The starting credits are rolling. A lot is yet to come.
Guys, all of you online, Kirti, Kushagra, Suraj, Kaushik, Nidhi, Sadia, आप बताओ कुछ समझ में आया कि नहीं? What happened? Or did it all hit you so suddenly you didn't know what happened? Okay, you were all thinking, you're all trying to vet your process of initiating yourself, and then you discover, oh, you were hit by something. Okay, where we pass a judgment on some of your comments. Yeah, समझ में आया कि नहीं क्या हुआ? What happened? What our objective was? Okay, and it's a very common problem. So forget about language. You're concerned about language क्या लिखूं, grammar क्या लिखूं. यहाँ तो डिबेट चल रहा है कि टॉपिक समझ में आया कि नहीं बताओ पहले. Language comes later. Okay. Yeah, good, nice, Kirti, excellent. Good that you learned that. Others, Kaushik, what is your view? Suraj, Nidhi, Aman, did you understand what we were doing? Yeah, Dave, if this could be the right time, maybe to at least tell them about the course in brief.
Yeah.
I can.
Let's.
You want to share the screen? Can I get off, or
Yes,
how do you want to do it?
yes. Let me quickly show. Um,
We will just take a few seconds to initiate you कि essay writing is a skill that you will learn, okay, slowly, gradually. And our suggestion is this is just the right time to learn essay writing. Don't delay essay writing to after prelims. Don't delay essay writing to month of Jan, Feb, March. Most of you are going to give your prelims in 2026, I presume, most of you. तो उसको आप देर तक मत रखो, आप ऐसे सीख जाओ. And what we're telling you, it needs time to digest. Okay, हम बताएंगे, we will challenge lot of notions. And Dave, at risk of sounding immodest here, I personally think the course that we have developed is one of its kind. Nobody teaches essays the way we discuss, and I must give credit to you, Dave, okay, because you were able to get this new perspective in essays writing. Otherwise, how it is taught in UPSC ecosystems very different. People are taught pestle principles, write current affairs, write historical perspective, write technological perspective, write a legal perspective. God knows what all they are taught. This is one of its kind. Okay, and just a few seconds में ऐसे जो course हमारा है, Dave, please do the honors, please.
Yeah. So I think you all can see my screen. I'm just showing you what you get after logging in to the Edukemy platform. So you click on your course, you say launch course, and this is where you land. Okay, this is the overall, curriculum, and all the material is organized here. So you can see that this has week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Normally, so students take sometimes week 5 weeks, 6 weeks to complete. Sometimes the actual essay final test take a little more time than 1 week. But the way it is structured is you can see that we start writing really late because this, as we said, this is a test of critical thinking skills. So first 3 weeks, we are getting into developing that, right? So first week is foundations. In foundations, you will understand what some of the things we discussed, the balance, common myths, skills required, dilemmas in essay writing, types of essays. This is sort of describing what UPSC essays are, which are different from other essays. So you get an understanding of that. And every module has activities. So you will go through it. There are recorded videos for everything. And there is live demonstration that Shabbir and I do every week. So you will have live sessions, you will have recorded sessions, you have activities, all of that. So week 1 is foundations and understanding what a good UPSC essay looks like. So a topic analysis and treatment, paraphrasing, essay structure, all of these are week 1 activities. Then we get into week 2. In week 2, we deep dive into essay writing and actually get to the details of how to write good introductions, how to do a good conclusion, what makes a good body, how to make your arguments deeper, things like that, right? And again, in activities, intros, for example, there's an activity. It gives you some sample essay topics and says, okay, write an intro and see how it looks like. And we give you a solution and you see the results out of that. And so that's much of the first part of week 2. Then we go through a directed brainstorming. This is what, so today we did a directed brainstorming on balance, right? So Shabbir and I took you through balance. Similarly, there is a directed brainstorming on, the keyword and paraphrasing. You see that here. There is a directed brainstorming on giving me questions related to the topic. This is another way that you understand more. So truth knows no color. Ask questions. What kind of questions you can ask of a certain topic? Identifying dimensions. That is another brainstorming topic. So we do these directed brainstormings that help you actually see how it is really done, right? When you sit down with the essay topic, how you actually must go about it. This is not just like here is truth knows no color and its dimensions. We're also teaching you the recipe of how to create those dimensions. So it is not just giving you an answer to a particular question, but teaching you how to write that answer, okay, which is very important. Then in week 3, we get into the essay writing canvas. This is the storyboard I was talking about. Okay. This is the entire storyboard of having created the arguments. How do you put things together? So this is kind of structuring the overall essay. And week 3 is also where we get into thematic discussions. Thematic discussions is so many topics are around philosophies, and moral principles. So we discuss stoicism, existentialism, nihilism, absurdism, Vedantic philosophy, lot of that. And then we give you theme based material also on environment, ethics, society, governance. These are all part of the content that you need to write. So the focus is on improving the process of how to write, because the content really is something you are studying in GS and ethics. So that is less of a problem for you. And then the final test and feedback, where we have practice test, full length test, and every module, like I said, every week we have live brainstorming sessions where we answer doubts. We clarify the course material. If you have any questions, we actually demonstrate to you live, just like we did. And that's how we go about it. So, Shabbir, this is sort of the high level. I will stop sharing and give you back the control.
Yeah, Dev.
We have a question. We have a question on YouTube. Dave is saying, I'm a government teacher and I want to prepare UPSC.
Okay. They do one thing. You can get in touch with me. I can talk to you. My phone number is 9868424660. I have shared the number on the chat. Call me up. I'll talk to you. They. Meanwhile, taking this conversation essays. So, guys, it's a invitation to all those who have not joined the essay course. Please do consider, because what we did today is a very small part of writing essays. We all focus on a very wrong aspect of essay writing. We all want, sir, क्या लिखें, story लिखें, poetry लिखें, red pencil लिखें, black pencil लिखें, 5 पेज लिखें, 10 पेज लिखें, ये debates होती हैं. Okay. And I started by saying, essay is less about writing, more about thinking. If you don't understand the topic, the demand of the topic, the balance of the topic, the tilt of the topic, you do not score marks. No matter how many examples you give, no matter how many dimensions you generate. Okay, and the good thing about the essay course is it's all recorded. Plus, we have weekly mentoring sessions. Me and Dave connect with you and we will guide you. You also have Telegram channel, just now shared with all of you. Essays with Edukemy, Telegram channel. Scroll up the chat, you'll have it. Join that too. Okay, so you can do the essay course entirely at your pace. And we want that you should view the videos 2-3 times. Understanding what we did today. Okay, this is about understanding the topic. It's not simply about, oh, I think, yes, I agree, essay, truth has no color, no racism, or no racism. ये बहुत nuance था. Okay, is it balanced 70-30, 30-70, 90-10, 10-90? Okay, so and to learn this skill, you need time. It cannot be hurried through in the 15 days before the main examination. Essays is almost like a kind of personality development. The channel Kirti, the channel is Essays with Edukemy. Essays with Edukemy. On the dashboard, you can go and click the Telegram link. It's there on dashboard, Kirti. Okay. So Dave, I think this is all we had to discuss today. We already 30 minutes past our allocated time. All of you join us again next Thursday. Join us again on a live session. We'll take up another topic, discuss another nuance. And those who have enrolled with us, please watch the first week's videos and assignments, then come to class. We'll have a lovely discussion on the depth, dimensions, what is persuasive essay, what is argumentative essay, and we'll have a blast. Essays it's fun. It's fun learning things that otherwise you thought was non-existent. Okay, Dave,
Yeah.
that's from my side.
And yeah, Shabbir, I'll just say one more thing that in the Telegram channel, respond to the assignments. The way we have structured it is that you take this course. This course is like the gymming session, but you need practice all the way till your exams. So if you're practicing every week, we do one or two topics, and we get to the details, the arguments, and I personally check everybody's submission. So I think make sure that you respond, and that's a great way for you to keep practicing, right? Even after you have completed the course, we want you to succeed and we want you to practice with us. That Telegram channel is free of cost, right? So you take advantage of that, and respond back to the assignments, and you'll have a healthy practice till your actual test. So good luck to all of you, and we'll see you in class. We'll see you in the Telegram channel. Yeah.
Okay then.
So I think that's it, Shabbir. Yeah.
Yeah, that's for today. Join us next week and do the week one assignment and come, please. Do the week one videos, watch them. It's a matter of few hours. एक वीडियो हार्डली 10-15 मिनट का है. आप बैठोगे तो एक दिन में खत्म कर दोगे week one का. ठीक है? Come over and we'll have a good discussion. Bye bye. Have a nice weekend. Have a nice week. Happy learning. Okay. Take care. Bye.
Bye.